This week's Torah portion of Parshat Miketz teaches us a very, very important lesson that is quite apropos to what we are experiencing now. To do so, I want to introduce to you a Dvar Torah that our daughter Nechama recited in the army. She is currently serving on Miluim in the current war, and she shared this with her Chayalim on Shabbat, this past Shabbat. She said, it says in Tehillim, Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha balelot. It's Tehillim. Lehagid baboker chastecha. We speak about baboker, in the morning, chastecha, the kindness, the greatness of Hashem. Ve'emunatcha, the emunah, the faith that we have in Hashem, balelot, at night. Why is it? And what we're actually describing is the fact that when it's daytime, i.e., when everything seems peachy and everything seems clear and everybody's kind of flowing with things and happy and joyous and things just seem like they're grand, we have a tendency to thank for the chesed that's around us. That's not such a difficult thing to do because everything is going well. It's when things are not going well, when things are challenging, that our faith is tested. And that's why we say, Ve'emunatcha balelot, in the Laila. When things are dark, when things seem to be extended and rather challenging, obstructed in terms of our positivity, that's when we need emunatcha, emunah balelot. We still continue to have faith in Hashem, even balayla, even be'et milchama, even during time of war, even during the time when it seems that the perpetuation of Am Yisrael, the propensity of Am Yisrael to protect itself, is threatened. We have emunatcha balelot. I think this is a message that resounds and resonates in this week's parsha as well. Yosef, ultimately, when he's thrown and cast to Mitzrayim, he's outcast from his brothers from the very onset of his life. He loses his family, he loses his livelihood, he loses his position in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, as a butler or as a servant for Potiphar. He's cast into prison, and he finds himself really at his last length. And nonetheless, he is redeemed from prison. What goes through his mind? Very often, Chazal explain in Bereshit Rabbah that Yosef is a median. He is an example to all of us of bitachon, of having emunatcha balelot, to continue to have faith in Hashem even balayla, even when things look dire and things look very desperate. Nonetheless, Yosef demonstrates that he continues to have faith in Hashem. What went through his mind in this week's parsha when the brothers come down and he sees them for the first time? He does recognize them. I imagine that he went into a room by his lonesome at one point, or he had to go to sleep that evening, and he said to himself, wow, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, truly has ways of twisting stories and of pulling the strings and of sounding the stage or preparing the stage for what goes on in this world. I thought that I was lost. I thought I'd never see my brothers again. I thought I'd never hear from my family again. I thought that they forgot about me, and here they are. An opportunity must present itself from HaKadosh Baruch Hu for me to reunite with them. Yes, I want to teach them a lesson. That might be true, but ultimately, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is even balelot, even in the bowels of a promiscuous society such as Egypt, even in Mitzrayim, where I feel estranged and not really comfortable as part of their society, that I ascribe to completely different traditions, and I'll never be embraced as one of them. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends me my brothers and reminds me that even in the pit of darkness, in the pit of despair, there are ways to reconcile, to reconstruct, to rebuild once again. This is the message of the Parsha. This is the message of Chanukah. Chanukah reminds us that even with a Greek empire upon us, with decrees that are laid down upon us to persecute us, we nonetheless can find that small flask of oil, ve'emunatcha balelot, that can once again kindle this kindred spirit of a Jewish nation. I myself find myself in a pit of darkness every single day. The loss of a child, I very often question my faith with regards to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Where is he? How could this have happened? I find myself in despair, sadness, pain, trial, and tribulation. And nonetheless, there are small sparks that demonstrate that Gila continues to reveal her spirit in this world. She continues to, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, assist him, kiviyachol, to pull the strings and to demonstrate to us that emunatcha balelot, even when you find yourself in a state of darkness, there continues to be faith, and there continues reasons to resound with that faith. This is the story of Chanukah. It is the story of Yosef and his brothers. In fact, in Perek Nun, in next week's Parsha, Yosef proclaims, Perek Nun, Pasuk Chaf, Atem chashavtem alai ra'ah, Elohim chashva letova. You thought that everything was bad with regards to me. Elohim chashva letova. Kadosh Baruch Hu had his own plan. Kadosh Baruch Hu revealed that ultimately everything is for the good. Even those things that are painful, that torment us, that persecute us, and that we might never comprehend. This is the message of the Parsha of Chanukah, of Yosef and his brothers, and on a personal level of Gila, to us, my family, and to all of Am Yisrael. This is the Torah way, it is the Parsha way, it is the Jewish way, and it always will remain. Emunatcha b'leilot, the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom.